If you're ready for self-care that actually makes a difference, watch this. Discover how real self-care can transform your vibration and help you feel better from the inside out. Let me show you the self-care techniques that actually work to raise your energy and boost your mood. It's time to put yourself first.
Hey, Editing Laura here. And as I've been watching this video, editing it for y'all, I've realized just how much I want to emphasize how powerful self-care is. Like, it really is your superpower. As I was making the thumbprint, I was like, I have got to say that because it is your way of really tapping into your energy, getting your vibration up, feeling good, feeling really filled up. But you do have to find what works for you. What is the best thing for you? What I'm sharing in this video are ways that you can tap into things that help you, that are really powerful, that also help you lead to more behaviors that are going to help you feel good. I hope you get how passionate I am about self-care done well. And that is the key. Make sure you're doing it really, really well. So feel free to comment, ask questions if you have any. I'm happy to answer them. And definitely check out my course if you want more information. But without further ado, let's get back into it.
Hey, welcome. If you are new here, my name is Laura Erdman-Luntz. I've been a life coach and yoga educator for over 30 years, and I do something a little unique in that I combine both in all of my programs and courses and private coaching practice. So in today's video, I want to focus in particular on women of a certain age. That's me. I'm in that era. But the reason I wanted to is we were raised at a time when two things were happening. The first thing was women put themselves last. We did. I think we are the last, hopefully, of the generations that did that. I know my daughter does a really good job of putting herself, not necessarily first, but yeah, like taking care of herself and making sure she is as filled up as she can be. And it's really amazing. But we weren't raised that way, right? And the second piece that we were raised in, if you will, the culture was hustle culture. And that is you got to be productive. If you didn't do anything productive, you don't deserve to take care of yourself. You don't deserve to sit down. You got to get that list done before you can rest or do anything for yourself. Oh, let's talk toxicity, right? We need to relearn, or maybe learn for the first time, what it means to actually take care of ourselves. And if you want to use the law of attraction, which is one of the main things that I teach, you got to be filled up. That is really the whole point, is you want to fill yourself up, get your vibration high, because then you naturally attract the good things into your life. Plus, self-care shows the universe that you believe you deserve good things. You deserve to be taken care of, which is also going to help bring good things into your life. So in this episode, I am going to share with you 7 areas of your life where you can bring in self-care and make it specific to you, unique to you, and to raise your vibration, because these things can be different for everybody. But these are the 7 areas that I find are most helpful for everyone that I work with. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Okay, wait, before we get into it, I do feel like I want to cover one topic first. And this is for any of you who feel like self-care is selfish, because I totally get it. That is how we were taught when we were younger, just culture in general. Women doing things for themselves is selfish. So I learned about this spectrum probably 15, maybe even 20 years ago, and it has been such a powerful tool for myself. At one end is the selfless, self-martyr, the person who doesn't do anything for themselves and does everything for others. At the other end is the selfish, self-centered person. All they do is think about themselves. What we want to do is be somewhere in the middle, which is self-aware, where we know, gosh, I need to be doing something for myself, for others, and then I need to be doing stuff for ourselves, right? Like it's a mix, but we're aware of what it is we need. And I want to share this with you because I'm telling you, I don't think I've ever met anybody. Oh no, I remember one person in my life, and now you're going to wonder who it is, who is definitely self-centered. But for the most part, the women I have met, and we are talking hundreds, perhaps thousands between students in my yoga classes and personal coaching clients, everyone skews toward the selfless. Okay, so all of us that I know of, except for that one person, can take better care of themselves. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind as we go into our 7 topics. I organized this list of 7 topics. Well, first of all, I chose them because I really find that these are the areas that make the most profound benefit for people. Okay, that really can shift the needle. And I also am not putting them in any particular order, okay? So number 1 isn't necessarily the most important. I want you to, as we go through it, choose the one that feels like the most poignant for you and begin to work on it. And then when you feel like that is kind of set, it's more habitual, then choose another one. And just find that one that resonates. It's like, yeah, I think that could make a big difference for me. All right? Number 1 is true relaxation. This again is especially true, I feel, for our generation because we were the hustle culture. We did need to keep going and not take care of ourselves, and stress is cumulative. It just keeps stacking up and it's held in the body, and that tension makes a difference. The tension sucks the juiciness out of life, and it also lowers our vibration. Now, the way you shift out of stress is by truly relaxing, meaning shifting into the parasympathetic nervous system. I talk about this a lot in my videos. This is so important for us. And to do it at least on a daily basis, if not multiple times a day, where you stop and truly relax. Now, we're not talking numbing out. It's not watching TV. It's not having a glass of wine. It's not even taking a nap, because you can stress while you're sleeping just as much as when you're awake. You need to actually do something that helps you deeply relax. So things like working with your vagus nerve, doing yoga and stretching. I love putting my feet up the wall. That helps my body shift into the parasympathetic. Deep breathing, meditation, all of those things, really important to begin to incorporate into your day and find what works for you. You know, I love vagus nerve work because in a matter of a minute or two, I can make the shift. If not into the parasympathetic, at least I brought my nervous system from here to here, which makes a difference. Now, add to that, we become more sensitive to stress when we reach that certain age. As we move into perimenopause and estrogen production drops, then stress affects us even more, and it actually leads to the belly fat. So that belly fat is cortisol fat, which cortisol is our stress hormone. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but just also know that the belly fat also then releases things that cause cortisol. It's a really nasty cycle. So learning how to deeply relax, beginning to incorporate it in your daily life, I am telling you, this is such a powerful tool to shift yourself. It's going to help with your vibration. You're going to feel better. You very well may lose weight. In fact, I was stuck at my weight for a really long time. And I lost 5 pounds when I started to relax on a regular basis. I didn't change anything else. I just started to relax more deeply, more regularly throughout the day, and I lost 5 pounds. It was incredible. So it's a very powerful tool for your own self-care. Number 2 is your morning routine. It does not take a genius to realize that starting out your day well can make a difference for your entire day. But I want you to stick with me here because I do feel like this has been talked about a little ad nauseum in the wellness world, but I also don't feel like people have covered it in a way that's helpful for everyone, because people either share, have a quiet, slow morning, or get up and get your day started with a really active morning. They haven't said which would serve you most. Do you need an active morning or do you need a slow start morning? Use me for an example. There have been times in my life when stress was really high and things were hard, and I needed a slow morning. I just needed to breathe and relax and do a little yoga. That's what set up my day in a way that would really help me. Most of the time though, I love to hit the ground running. My feet hit and I'm out working out. I'm going for a walk. I am doing my strength training. I don't even like to do yoga in the morning because it's too slow for me. And it's not what I want. I want to get going. But I love yoga in the afternoon when I'm ready to slow down and get ready for my evening, or even in the evening to get ready for sleep. You need to find what you need right now, what will balance out your day and set you up for a really good day. because your morning does that. When you have a morning that really supports you and helps fill you up, you are more likely to do other habits, right, that will help you continue to feel good. If you wake up exhausted, you stumble to get your first cup of coffee, totally not judging it. Let me tell you if that's what gets you going. But think about it. And you're just groggy and you don't do anything. You're late for work, you're running around, and you're stressed out. You are much more likely to reach for the donut when you get to work, right? Like, it makes sense. So the other piece to this I want you to keep in mind is it doesn't have to be a 90-minute morning routine. It could be 5 minutes. What is that you can do for 5 minutes that would make a huge difference? Something that a friend of mine used to do, she's retired now, but back when she worked and she was a school teacher, so she had to get up really early in the morning to get her day started. And she goes, I can't get up any earlier, but her alarm would go off and she would lay in bed and list 5 things she was grateful for. She could feel a shift in her heart. She could feel herself begin to wake up in a really lovely, heart-centered way. Super simple. And that was her morning routine. So it doesn't have to be a big ordeal. It doesn't have to be a big thing that you're planning. Just make sure it fits you and it fits your lifestyle. But how can you make your morning feel more supportive of who you are and honestly who you want to be? Because that's a piece of law of attraction, right? Is living as if. So living as if you're there. So imagining you have that dream life that you really, really want, what part of that can you bring into your morning routine? Now, you might envision yourself having an hour and a half glorious morning routine, but you only have 5 minutes. Well, what of that hour and a half routine can you bring into your 5 minutes? 5 minutes of standing in front of the sunrise and bringing your arms up and overhead and stating your affirmations into the universe? Fabulous, right? So a morning routine is incredibly powerful. Now, if you want more about how to set up your own morning routine, I'm happy to do a video on that, so you can feel free to comment below and let me know what you need. Okay, self-care technique number 3 is your bedtime routine. And honestly, that is your start of your morning routine. Creating a bedtime routine that really helps you unwind to get a better night of sleep is so powerful, especially when you hit that woman of a certain age time, because sleep can be a real issue. My sleep challenges hit about 7 years ago, and for, I'm going to say 5 solid years, and I'm not kidding, this is not an exaggeration, for about 5 years, I think I had 2 or 3 really good nights of sleep. I was always waking up. And as part of my Thrive Year, which has been my theme of the year, I'll link below to the video where I talk about at least the first quarter, and I will do a final video at the end of the year. But there's also a blog post where I track everything I'm doing every month. So every month I'm choosing a little something to work on and to deepen my own wellness. But one of the main things and where I started was better sleep. And I am sleeping so much better, and 90% of that is my bedtime routine. And that's because you need to relax your nervous system in particular. Remember, stress is a big factor for us. And my evening routine helps me slip from that stress of the day into the calm of the evening, unwinding, relaxing, and getting ready for sleep. So again, just like your morning routine, it doesn't have to be an hour and a half if you don't have that. If you're like, but Laura, there's no way. I mean, glorious if you could, right? Even if you have 5 minutes, what can you do with intention in that 5 minutes that'll really make a difference for you? What could help you? If you're really stuck in your head, maybe you need to journal and get things out of your head. If you want to, release the tension in your shoulders, maybe you do a little stretching around the shoulders, releasing that tension. I love to do fascial release, so I use the tennis balls, my roller, I have a massage gun, and I spend maybe 10 minutes doing that, and it makes such a difference to help me just kind of exhale and relax and be able to shift into that quieter space, getting ready for sleep. Maybe it's just getting your diffuser going with some calming essential oils. That is a major part of my evening routine. That's where I start. I have this great diffuser clock, so I can actually set it on my little app on my phone for my bedtime routine. and I just turn it on. It turns on the calming diffusers, it turns on the sounds, and I have a little light, that's got sunset wavelength lights that really help me calm down. That takes me all of about 10 seconds, and it makes such a difference for my evening. So finding what works for you is a really powerful way to help you unwind, to get a better night of sleep so that you can fill up. You need good sleep, good quality sleep for that vibration, right? And to set you up to get up in the morning for your morning routine. Self-care tip number 4, move. I did not say exercise, just move your body. Find a way that you enjoy to move your body. Maybe it's walking, swimming, yoga, gotta know I'm gonna say that, dancing, whatever it is that really feels good in your body. Something you can see yourself doing into your 90s just to start moving. Now, if you're ready to take it to the next level, zone 2 exercise is the best for women of a certain age. That is the best amount of exercise, level of exercise, I think is what I'm trying to say. And think of that as a fast stroll. So you can still easily walk, even sing, have a nice conversation with the person with you, but you can tell you're moving a little faster. Okay, so it doesn't even have to be hard exercise, just move. Now here's the thing, it's going to help you reduce stress because it's going to be calming. It's going to help you reduce the tension in the body. Whatever exercise you're doing, the fact that you're moving helps loosen up the body, and it helps raise your vibration. So many good things, right? Just make sure you love it. I mean, we can take it to the next level and start to get a bigger workout and start strength training, which is a wonderful thing to do when you're a woman of a certain age. But if you're not doing anything, just start moving. Find what you love. This is one of the best things we can do for our bodies, for our moods. Oh, it also boosts our mood. I didn't mention that. It is so powerful. Just make sure you enjoy it. Find that thing that you look forward to. It's not like once I get it done, then I can do something fun. No, this is about, I can't wait to get myself doing whatever. This is like my fun thing I get to do. Okay? Move. Hey, just wanted to quickly interrupt to ask if you have subscribed yet to my channel. It is totally free, and it makes such a difference for the algorithm for me and helps me get my videos in front of more people so I can help even more people. And if you've learned at least one thing, can you give it a thumbs up? I would love that. It would make such a difference for me. It's like putting a little bit of money in a tip jar without costing you any money. All right, back to our programming. Self-care tip number 5 is stretch. Okay, so moving gets you just moving, right? Because we want to stretch out the tension in the body and keep our bodies juicy. Okay, that tension in the body that we hold is cumulative. I mentioned that earlier. You just get more and more. And then you start to lose flexibility in your joints and your muscles, etc. But here's the thing, you can get it back. Just start stretching your body, even if it's just 5 minutes. Opening up the arms, rolling the shoulders back and down. Keep it simple. Something is better than nothing. Now, I really recommend yoga, of course, but here's the thing. Yoga really gets to all the joints, right? It's going to get those things you didn't know you have. I always joke that yoga makes you find muscles that you didn't know you had. And I'm still 37 years into my practice. I'm still finding muscles, I swear, that I didn't know I had. It's really amazing. Yoga also can raise your vibration. So there's an added benefit to it. That's that high you get after you've done yoga and you just feel really, really good. That's the effect of yoga. Now, if you want to learn yoga, I do have a beginner's yoga series, so I will link that down below. It teaches you from the very, very beginning. You get 12 classes. Each one builds on the previous one. So it's like you're learning in class with me. Now, you can also use yoga specifically for manifesting. So I'm going to share that link with you too down below. So I have a video on specifically how you use yoga in order to take yourself through the steps of manifesting. It's really powerful. All right, we're up to self-care tip number 6, and that is hydrate. Make sure you're drinking enough water. This one is, okay, it's the simplest tool, not necessarily the easiest. I am sure at some point you have been told this, and maybe you are getting enough water, which is fantastic. Maybe you aren't yet. It's time. Now, really what you're looking at is just having light colored pee. I'm laughing because it's so awkward to talk about. That's what we're looking for. People are always saying, well, how many ounces do I need? I recommend half of your body weight in ounces every day. So if you weigh 160 pounds, that's 80 ounces of water a day. But everyone is different. And in fact, you're different each and every day. If you have a really hot day where you've been sweaty, or your air is really arid, so it's dry, you're going to need more water. If you're eating food that's highly hydrated, like watermelon or cucumbers or something like that, there's water in our food too, you're going to need less water. So just keep an eye on your pee and drink enough to keep it a light yellow. Not clear, that's a little too much water, but a pale yellow. And water helps keep your vibration up. It's so powerful. And again, simple, not necessarily easy. Just hang in there, keep going, and get your water intake up. Self-care tip number 7, and this one I believe is a game changer, because there are universals, things that raise everyone's vibration, like getting outside, getting hydrated, eating whole foods. That affects everybody. But then there are ones that are unique to you, and you want to begin to tap into what those are for you. So, for example, just being outdoors. Yep, that's a universal. However, how do you need to be outdoors, if you will, in order to feel better? I love to hike. 10 minutes of hiking and it can transform how I feel. My daughter hates hiking. Her idea of being outdoors and what raises her vibration is sitting at a coffee shop reading her book on the patio, right? So you have to find what works for you. Music. I know people say like heavy metal music can bring your vibration down. Mozart and Beethoven have really high vibrations. Okay, look, I cannot stand classical music. I listen to it and I just start to get tense. But I have a certain playlist that really gets my juices flowing and it makes me feel really good. I love it. And that makes all the difference, right? My girlfriend loves heavy metal music. Oh my gosh. She goes, I sit there and I just open my arms and it just fills her up. She goes to live concerts on a regular basis, all by herself because no one will go with her. And it makes such a difference. So you want to find the things that really help you feel filled up and start to incorporate them into your life with intention, okay? But also realize that you can change day to day, right? You might have a day where you just need a hot bath, and you may have a day where you need to go out and hang out with all of your friends. You may have a day where the right thing to do for you is to binge your favorite TV show on Netflix for a day. And that's the right thing. Then there are other days when you do that and it just makes you feel worse, right? Become much more aware of the self-care techniques that make a difference for you. This is so powerful. Could you use a little bit more help around all of this? Then check out my course, Up Your Vibe, the Radical Self-Care Toolkit. So in this course, I help you set up a strategic self-care system. So this is figuring out what it is that really fills you up, things that you need, and how to look at the things as whether or not they're filling up your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your heart, and figuring out what it is that will really work out for you, what it is you need. And then also make sure it's proactive, meaning you have a system set up so it happens regardless whether or not you actually need it. Because of course, that's usually our caveat, right? Oh, I'm good. I don't really need it. I can just keep going. No. We set up a system so that it's in the schedule, if you will, and you are going to do it and take great care of yourself because you deserve it. And if you want to work individually with me, check out the link for private life coaching. All right, that's it. We are done here. The next thing I would recommend for you, if you want to take this a little bit further, is to find out more about how to take your manifesting to your yoga mat, as well as finding out a little bit more about manifesting. So I have a video on Manifesting 101. I will link you to that as well. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.